Botanical Gardens. And we were talking about how so much of Madrid and the gardens here stimulate your senses. But so far, it's very noisy downtown Madrid, and that's where we're staying. All the traffic, and there's so many people, and there's just crowds of people all over. But that's a kind of the downside in a way, but you expect it because it's a big city. All big cities are like that. But here in the gardens, there's a different noise. Right there, 20 feet from us is a fountain, and it's trickling this water sound, which is beautiful and soothing.
Madrid is a happening place, and like any European city, and yes, like any city really, yeah, in the world. But what we notice is that Spaniards love to stay out late. I took a walk through the Retiro Park last night, and I left there about 10 o'clock at night, and there was still hundreds of people filing out because I think it was going to close pretty soon. But and then when we came back to our apartment, it's almost like communal living because everybody lives so close to each other. And I was up till 1 because of jet lag, and I think that's when everybody went to bed in that apartment building.
Except for Mother.
Yeah, except for you?
Yes.
Yeah, because you went to sleep earlier.
Yeah, it is very much.
And then
so.
Talking about smells, the first thing I noticed when I got off the plane was everybody smells good. Yeah, the women have perfume, some of the men have cologne. Everything is just really smelling good, and everyone dresses very nicely here.
They do.
Yep.
And for me, the smell was coming into this park. I smelled kind of a spicy smell, and it had to be one of the flowers here.
Yeah, talking about sight again, everyone's dressed so nicely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we're not too shabby either, so.
Yeah, we step it up when we come to Europe.
We do. Okay. Oh. The sight of seeing Blanca and her husband Antonio meet us in the front of that restaurant was a sight for sore eyes.
Yeah.
It was so nice.
Yeah. And we should explain that we've got a conversation exchange thing going on. A lady here in Madrid, they speak in English because Blanca tried to start teaching her Spanish, but then Mom got bored with it and said,
No, not bored. My brain is full.
That's okay, Blanca. We'll just speak English the whole time.
Blanca happened to be a Spanish teacher.
Yeah, that's okay, Blanca.
Yeah, she just rips me once in a while about it.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. Well, yeah. Mom learns the basics, so that's good enough, right?
Yeah, for me.
Yep, and then I have a couple exchange partners too, and one lives here in Madrid, and we're going to meet him tomorrow.
Taste that cafe con leche was yummy. I love that. We've had it 2 mornings in a row.
And so far we tried vermouth and what else? Oh, I tried pig's feet yesterday. And I thought, I'll try it. But I got it, and I was just trying to cut away at the fat and the bone and the little feet. And I just
toenails, no.
Yeah, gross. And I just kept I was cutting away, and we were talking with Blanca and Antonio, and 15 minutes later I'm cutting, and I just couldn't find any meat. After 15 minutes, and I just gave up, and I said, Mom, I need some of your food because... Touch. Yes, what's your impressions?
I touched a peony.
Mom keeps bringing it back to this garden.
I can't help it.
Mom's brain is garden right now.
The touch, it was so nice to give Blanca a big hug. Because this is the first time, of course, we've seen each other face to face. But she's a lovely woman. And he's a nice man, her husband. So 2 more.
And sight, smell, touch. God dang it, what
sight.
Else? Hearing,
do sight.
Yeah, hold on. something that we love about coming to Europe is that there's so many places to go and just have a quick coffee, quick glass of something, and you don't have to be rushed out like in the States. Like when you go into a restaurant, the waitresses, live off their tips, so they're turning over the tables. And here you could just, like this morning before we came here, we just stopped at a little place right down the street near our apartment, and we just walked in there and had a cafe con leche, paid up, and got our Uber and came over here. And my feeling.
Okay.
When you walk into a restaurant or a place in the States, you feel like you have to support the waitress or the waiter. So you feel like you have to order, and then of course everything's in big portions. So when you order something off the menu, the plate is huge and you could share it with 3 people. And then you're just spending far too much in restaurants.
Yes.
So either you spend a lot or you just don't go out. So, and what was I saying? And
I wasn't listening.
well, people are walking by and I'm getting
You're distracted.
Okay, so I was
trying
talking
to get
about
comfortable on this odd bench.
you weren't listening to me.
No, I'm just teasing.
I think Mom.
I was hanging on every word.
Yeah, right. Mom's got her sights on gardens and pigeons and fountains. So we're gonna have to wrap it up because I think she's getting bored of this.
No, I'm not.
No, so I don't even know what I was saying.
Yeah.
Tapas,
Whatever
yummy.
it was really, really
Yeah.
interesting.
Oh, restaurants. Yeah, sure.
Oh,
yeah. So anyway, here you can just go and get a coffee and go, and they're okay with it, and it's just so cool. I love it.
And they're all quaint.
Great. And then you can just stay for 10 minutes and do your thing, or you can stay for an hour.
It's been a delightful 2 or 3 days so far. And we know it'll just continue.
Yeah.
More
yeah.
things to see.
And Mom's glad that she came with me because I was going to come alone.
And I said,
No.
No.
Got to go with her.
I'm going with you.
And keep me safe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I got my cane. I can beat off anybody.
Right. There's a smile on your face.
Yes, I am so excited. Coming through the gates for this botanical garden is absolutely wonderful. This is my happy place. This makes my heart just sing. Look at this beautiful topiary.
Why do you love it so much?
I don't know why I love gardens and plants. I always have. Since I've been a little tiny girl. When I go out to the golf course and Dad would take me and we'd go in the woods and get wild violets. He'd put them in a box, give them home. I'd plant them alongside the fence, and then they would spread throughout the yard. We had to deal with those forever. But I don't know. I don't know why a person falls in love with gardens.
Makes you happy.
But look at the peonies. Hundreds of years ago, this was a way to do it in France and in England and in Italy and many of the countries. They would use boxwood, that's what this lower hedge is, to enclose separate gardens, and then they'd be full of different types of plants. But I wouldn't. 100 years ago, 200 years ago, there was a landscaper, her name was Capability Brown, and many others that followed her lead. Changed that. Not that they didn't have this type, but she opened up vistas with trees and undergrowth, and she changed the look of horticulture when she became very popular. And so she would come in and do a big, huge estate, and the next one would go, ooh, they wanted to have the same. So she really did change the look of gardens. But in England, it would be called a pottage garden, where they grew the vegetables, root vegetables and vegetables for the summer. And pottage is something that you'd use in your soup, and they ate a lot of soup in those days, hundreds of years ago. So the formal gardens would be in front if they had them, but the pottage garden, smaller or big or large, would be behind the house or closer to other buildings, and that's where they would raise their own food.